Hi, fourth graders. Thanks for joining me today for math. Here are the materials that you'll need for today's lesson. Unit 7, How many packages and groups? Investigation 3, Solving division problems. Today's session is session 3.3, Dividing 4-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. Ten-minute math, counting around the class. Today we'll be counting by 150. What do you predict the last number will be? How are the multiples of 15 related to the multiples of 150? Okay, so we counted by 150. How many students have counted at 750? How many students counted at 1,650? How many students counted at 3,000? What is a division equation that represents how many people counted at 1,350 when counting by 150s? Let's see how you did. Here are the answers, and here is the division equation. How did you do? Activity 1, dividing 4-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. Today we'll be using some of the division strategies that you've practiced to divide 4-digit numbers. Let's take a look at this word problem. Do you think they can fill more than 10 bags? More than 100 bags? More than 1,000 bags? What's your thinking? Go ahead and solve this problem on a piece of paper. Make sure you use the story context to help you keep track of the parts of the problem. Let's take a look at some division strategies that were used to solve this word problem. The division problem that comes from this word problem is 1,549 divided by 6. So you can start with 100 bags. That equals 600 apples. You can double that to get 1,200 apples. That leaves 349 more apples to put in bags. 60 bags times 6 apples equals 360 apples, which is 11 apples too much. 2 bags less would be 12 apples less, so 58 times 6 is 348 apples. There is only 1 apple left over, so you can't make another bag. And then you need to add up the bags. 200 plus 58 equals 258 bags. Another way to solve this problem, you could break up the 1,549 apples into 1,200 apples and 349 apples. You can draw a big box for the 1,200 apples and a smaller one for the 349 apples. You can make groups of 6 out of each part and keep track of it under the drawing. Okay, moving into Math Workshop, dividing 4-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. The problem we were just working on comes from Student Activity Book, page 487. It's problem number 1. Your job today is to solve division problems that involve dividing 4-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers on Student Activity Book, pages 487 through 488. Remember to use the context of the story problem to keep track of the parts of the problem. Use what you know about multiplication relationships, like multiples of 10, 100, and or 1,000. Alrighty, we're done with Unit 7, Session 3.3, dividing 4-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. Have a fabulous Friday and a wonderful weekend.